All right, boys, we gotta get ready for the big one, which means we gotta go down the checklist. Step 1, hydration vest.
Check.
All right, electrolytes.
Check.
Okay, fresh shoes.
Got him.
Perfect. And what about the socks?
Got him.
Okay, snacks.
Clip bars and hydration gels.
All right. What about first aid?
Race lube and nipple covers.
Perfect. All right, just one last thing to do.
What is it?
We gotta actually run it. So, you wanna run an ultra. Well, it ain't so easy peasy mac and cheesy, my friend. Life ain't all carb loading and fun runs, if you know what I mean. My name's Brian Ogle, and this is my YouTube channel where I document myself running one marathon every single month. This is not a marathon vlog, though. At the time of this recording, I am exactly 2 days out from the largest run of my life. I'm going to be running an ultra marathon. For those of you uninitiated, an ultra marathon is any race that is longer than the 26.2 mile distance of a normal marathon. Last June, I ran a 50-kilometer run, which was roughly 31.1 miles. The ultra marathon I'm running in 2 days is not 50 kilometers. It is 50 miles. I'm going to be running the American River 50-mile race up in Folsom, California. I have no idea how well I'm going to do. However, I do know that I've prepared the best that I can, and I followed a lot of really great preparation that I found in my research. For those of you who are considering running an ultra, I'm going to be going over some preparatory things that I found very useful in preparing for my ultra. First off is hydration. Just like any run, you need to make sure that your hydration level is up to snuff before the race. You need to make sure that you're staying hydrated and that you're cramming yourself up with electrolytes so that way you're not bonking out in the middle of the run. You should have a hydration vest of some sorts so that way you're able to stay hydrated on the go during the run. Remember, as a rule of thumb, if you're out running and you start feeling dehydrated, it's too late. You need to stay hydrated before you feel thirsty, all right? The second thing you need to prepare for is nutrients, okay? First and foremost, if you're a runner and you don't know about carbo loading, you gotta learn real quick. The night before a big race, you need to start packing in all the carbohydrates you can. The reason for this is because carbohydrates have glycogen in them. Glycogen is the gasoline to the car that is your body. If your body starts running out of glycogen and carbs, you're gonna bonk out real quick, and no one wants to feel that. While you're out on the run, you need to make sure that the aid stations have some sort of nutrients for you, or you could carry your own. And remember, the further and further you run, the less your body's gonna be able to properly digest solid food. So maybe go with a Cliff Bar in the first 10, 20 miles, but after that, start using gels, gummies, things like that. Things that your body can digest super quick. Number 3 in getting prepped for an ultra marathon is you have to have the right gear. You need to make sure you're using the right tools if you're going to be doing anything, right? And you need to make sure that you're planning ahead well in advance. I'm not gonna have a flat surface to run on. This is all trail, baby, which means I'm gonna be using the Nike Terra Tiger 2, which is a super great trail running shoe for long distances. It has a rock shield on the bottom, so that way my feet are protected during the whole run. It feels great, and I'm excited to use it. I'm going to be using a headlamp in the very beginning of the race, just because it's going to start before the sun rises. Before you get into your race, you need to know what sort of gear that you're going to need to prepare for the terrain, for the time, for the weather. Speaking of which, as always, I'm going to be wearing a hat just to keep the sun out of my eyes. Last and probably one of the most important things is training. So obviously, if you're going to sign up for a long distance race, chances are you're probably going to need to run long distances. I've been training obviously by running a lot of marathons, but also in February I ran a trail marathon to get ready and used to it. That had a lot of elevation gain that I need to climb up. And then last month in March, I ran a elevation, really hilly marathon to also help better train for this. I knew going into the American River 50 miler that there is going to be a lot of elevation that I need to climb, and so I planned my training block accordingly just so that way I can get better at climbing hills. When you're signing up for your ultra, the best thing that you could do is find a course elevation map and a course map just to get better prepared so you know what shoes to use and what sort of training that you're going to be getting yourself into. Now, last and what I think is the most important thing is recovery and safety. These are something that so many people just completely forget about. First and foremost, during your training, you need to make sure that your legs are feeling good. Massage them out, roll them out. Make sure you're doing your stretches. You want to make sure your muscles are loosey-goosey for race day and that you're not going to get injured before you're even at the start line. Your muscles aren't the only thing you need to help out on. So personally, for me, I need a lot of race lube and I need nipple covers, all right? These are preventative things to help me on race day, just to make sure that I'm not chafing too much and that my nipples aren't going to start bleeding on me 50 miles in. Those are all the things that I'm using to help get me ready for this ultra race. I'm super excited for it. I know I've been talking about it since January, but it's finally here. My New Year's resolution is to run a 50 miler. I have no idea how well I'm gonna do, but you know what? Click that subscribe button if you wanna see how well I do on the 50 miler. And if you wanna see why I think that you can run a 50 miler as well, click this video right here to see all of the science behind long distance running in the human body. And as always, thank you for watching.